This painting is a telling example of how Pablo Picasso frequently expressed his passionate political convictions in his art. The proudly strutting rooster that dominates the center stage of the composition is a long-standing symbol of France. The image of the Gallic cock crowing to announce a new day celebrates the liberation of France from the Nazis in 1944. For the first several decades of his career, Picasso didn't explicitly mix art and politics. This separation, however, wasn't always the case. One event in particular brought Picasso's political views to the fore. The small Basque town of Guernica was brutally bombed by the Nazi and Italian fascist allies of the Spanish nationalist government.
We've come to the edge of Havana and it's a Saturday afternoon. This is a kind of an underground venue. A lot of people obviously know it's here, but it's really not officially sanctioned. This is really perhaps the most important part of the pre-fight. Here, what the owners are doing, they're fixing spurs to the cock's feet. And it's that will allow them to fight. Those spurs are being fixed on with tape, with cotton thread, being fixed on with glue and wax. And that is what makes these cocks into a fighting machine. Here's one that's already tooled up. Those spurs, they tell me, are made of tortoise shell and work to a fine point there. This one too will be going into the ring in just a few moments. That's it. This is another key area. This is where they do the weigh-in before the fight. And as you can see, names and weights here up on the board, all the weights in pounds and ounces. Now on paper, gambling in Cuba is definitely illegal. But if you ask about cockfighting, well, the answer's a little more complicated. Organisers here say it's kind of permitted, but kind of forbidden. Then they just shrug their shoulders and say, well, it's a grey area. Life is often like that here in Cuba.
Pablo Picasso, born October 25, 1881, died April 8, 1973, Spanish expatriate painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, and stage designer, one of the greatest and most influential artists of the 20th century and the creator, with Georges Braque, of Cubism.